They thought the Deathworld predator was untamable. Then a human tossed it leftovers. The Galactic Council's xenobiology lab buzzed with nervous energy as Dr. Vexithara adjusted her protective exoskeleton for the third time. Through the reinforced, transparent aluminum barrier, the creature paced. 6 meters of pure predatory perfection from Kepler 442b, a Deathworld so hostile that even the Council's most advanced terraforming attempts had failed spectacularly. The Shadow Maw, as the research team had dubbed it, possessed obsidian black scales that seemed to absorb light, 4 arms ending in razor-sharp talons, and bioluminescent neural spines that pulsed with an ominous crimson glow when agitated, which, according to the past 6 months of observations, was constantly. Subject exhibits extreme territorial aggression, Dr. Vexithara dictated to her neural recorder, her amphibian features betraying obvious stress. Refuses all nutritional offerings. Attacks any mechanical probe within 3 meters. Recommendation remains: immediate termination and autopsy. The assembled xenobiologists, representatives from 12 different species, nodded in unanimous agreement, all except the human. Marcus Chen sat slouched in his chair, a thermos of coffee cooling beside him, and what appeared to be half a sandwich forgotten on his desk. His casual demeanor had been a source of constant irritation to his colleagues since his arrival 2 weeks ago as part of the Terra Council Scientific Exchange Program. "You know," Marcus said, not looking up from his tablet, "maybe it's just hungry." The crystalline delegate, Dr. Jektor, chimed with harmonics that translated roughly to incredulous laughter. "Hungry? We have offered it every protein matrix. In the galactic database, it nearly destroyed the delivery system." "Yeah, but have you tried asking what it wants?" The room fell silent except for the Shadow Maw's continued pacing, its footsteps echoing like thunder in the containment chamber. "The creature is a non-sapient predator," Dr. Vexithara said slowly, as if explaining to a child. "It lacks the neural complexity for communication." Marcus finally looked up, brown eyes twinkling with something the others couldn't quite identify. "Mind if I give it a shot?" Before anyone could object, Marcus was on his feet, picking up his forgotten sandwich. The other scientists scrambled to activate emergency protocols as he approached the containment barrier. "Human Chen, step away from the enclosure immediately." Dr. Vexithara's voice pitched higher, her species' panic response making her sound like a malfunctioning comm system. But Marcus was already at the food delivery slot, a simple mechanical aperture designed for automated feeding. The Shadow Maw had stopped pacing, its 6 eyes, 3 on each side of its angular head, fixed on this new potential threat. "Hey there, big guy," Marcus said conversationally, unwrapping his sandwich. "You look like you've been having a rough time." The Shadow Maw's neural spines flared brighter, and it took a step toward the barrier, muscles coiling with predatory intent. Marcus tore off a corner of his sandwich, turkey and Swiss on whole grain, and tossed it through the slot. It landed with a soft thud on the chamber floor. The creature's reaction was instantaneous. It recoiled as if struck, neural spines cycling rapidly through different colors: red, orange, yellow, then settling into a confused purple that none of the scientists had observed before. "Fascinating," breathed Dr. Kilroth, the insectoid team leader. "The chromatic response indicates cognitive dissonance. It's confused." The Shadow Maw approached the bread cautiously, extending one of its 4 arms. Instead of the expected violent response, it delicately picked up the morsel and sniffed it. The action looked almost comical on such a fearsome predator. "That's it," Marcus encouraged. "Just checking it out. No pressure." To everyone's amazement, the creature took a small, experimental bite. Its neural spines shifted to a warm amber color, and what sounded suspiciously like a purr rumbled from its chest. "Impossible," Dr. Vexithara whispered. "The dietary analysis indicated it was purely carnivorous." Marcus chuckled, tearing off another piece. "Maybe your dietary analysis was based on what it hunts, not what it likes." He tossed the second piece, which the Shadow Maw caught with surprising grace, Back home, lions are obligate carnivores, but they'll munch on grass when they're sick or just because they feel like it. You're anthropomorphizing, Dr. Jector chimed, though their harmonic patterns suggested uncertainty. Maybe, Marcus admitted, offering another piece through the slot. This time, the shadow maw approached without hesitation, its neural spines now glowing a gentle blue. Or maybe we've been so focused on studying it as a specimen that we forgot it might just be scared and lonely. The creature had finished the sandwich pieces and was now actually sitting, near the barrier. Its 6 eyes focused on Marcus with what could only be described as hopeful attention. The behavioral shift is unprecedented, Dr. Kilroth observed, mandibles clicking rapidly as they processed the implications. In 6 months, we have never observed non-aggressive posturing. Marcus pulled a protein bar from his pocket, unwrapping it slowly. You know what I think? I think this little guy isn't from Kepler 442b originally. I think it's lost. Lost? Dr. Vexthara's confusion was evident. Think about it. Most apex predators are territorial, right? But they're territorial about specific areas, home ranges. What if this creature was somehow displaced from its actual home? What if it's not being aggressive but defensive, stressed because it's in completely foreign territory with no familiar scents, sounds, or food sources? The shadow maw had begun making soft vocalizations, not the threatening growls they'd documented before, but something almost melodic. When Marcus tossed pieces of the protein bar, the creature caught them with increasing enthusiasm, its neural spines now cycling through what appeared to be happy blues and greens. The phonetic analysis indicates complex tonal patterns, Dr. Kilroth reported, excitement building in their voice. This could be communication attempts. Over the following hour, Marcus established what could only be called a rapport with the creature. It responded to his voice, showed clear food preferences, apparently favoring anything with complex carbohydrates, and even began mimicking some of his gestures. How did you know? Dr. Vexthara asked finally, her earlier skepticism replaced by genuine curiosity. Marcus shrugged, offering the last piece of his protein bar to their now docile subject. Back on Earth we have a saying, the way to anyone's heart is through their stomach. But really it wasn't about the food. It was about treating it like an individual instead of a test subject. The shadow maw had curled up near the barrier, its neural spines pulsing with gentle, rhythmic patterns that the translation matrix was beginning to interpret as contentment. Recommendation updated, Dr. Vexthara said into her recorder. Immediate termination canceled. Begin development of comprehensive social interaction protocols, and... She paused, looking at the peacefully resting creature. Request emergency. Shipment of Earth-standard sandwich ingredients. Marcus grinned, settling back into his chair. Sometimes the simplest solutions really were the best ones. After all, nobody could stay angry on a full stomach, not even apex predators from Deathworlds.